Hello YouTube, M1NDxBEND3R here, coming at you with another video review for your YouTube viewing pleasure. As you guys know, you guys leave me all kinds of comments, requests mainly, build this for the next video, and some I do, some I don't, and some we'll see. But I remember reading one comment. I really wish I could remember who left it, but you know who you are, you silly little rascal. So prepare to feel listened to. Anyway, I got a comment. Someone wanted me to build a smaller transformer than what I usually build, because as you guys know, I usually build like minifigure scale vehicles that you can actually sit in a pilot. Well, he told me I should build a smaller transformer that focuses more on transformation than size. So I thought it sounded fun. Here he is. This is Leatherback. Leatherback, as you can see, transforms into a crocodile or an alligator or some other form of swamp-dwelling amphibious creature. I like to just think of him as a crocodile. Got the big mean red eye right there. Got the spines on his back that you can't see because of the background. And he's got little feet that his feet don't move all that much, just in and out. And these ones can only move forward, unfortunately. The tail can move like that if you want it to, but I've never seen a crocodile just suddenly decide, I'm a scorpion. So the tail usually just stays down. And the head doesn't really move that much either. But it's just a crocodile mode, and honestly, those things, how often do you see them move? They usually just kind of sit there in the water like, I'm gonna eat that zebra. But anyway, here he is in his crocodile mode, and I gotta say, it doesn't move. It's not the most articulated mode in the world, but I really do like it. I just like how it looks sitting there. It just looks angry and menacing and like it's waiting to eat something. So, without further ado, let's get to transformation. Now, the transformation of Leatherback is probably one of my favorite things about him because his robot mode and his crocodile mode look very, very different from each other. So to begin, you take these back legs and you just fold them back, like so. Fold them back. Next, you're going to take the tail, and the tail folds all the way down. Bring the camera up so you can see. Tail goes all the way down, and then kind of folds back like so. Then you grab here, and you kind of break him in half, and this will flip around. This will come up, and you kind of just leave that there for now. Next, you're going to come down here and swivel out what will become his legs. Do that on both sides. And then you come up to the top here, take his crocodile head and flip it up and peg it in. Now you see you got what is soon to be his head. Bring out the arms, and now this is kind of cool. You take the alligator arm, bring it up, swivel it around, and there he goes. It locks into place like so. Well, it doesn't lock, but it sits there very solidly and forms a nice long arm. Do the same thing on the other side. Not last. Then you come to the tail. You take this little piece right here and you turn it sideways. If you don't do that, the tail won't curl as far as you need it to. Then you just bring the tail around and it just folds up neatly, well, neatly enough onto his back. And then last but not least, you take the little thing on his head and just turn it sideways. I just do that so that his head looks different than his crocodile head. Well, more different. More different. That's probably grammar. So yeah, stand him upright, and there is Leatherback in his robot mode. So like I said, I really like his robot mode. I think I like a little, maybe I shouldn't say that. I just like both his modes because they're very different from each other. I mean, if you looked at this without knowing it was a transformer, you probably wouldn't think it turned into a crocodile of all things. So, yeah, I just like it. It's lanky, it's tall, and it's almost the exact opposite of what you would think of when you think of a crocodile. Now, the more astute viewers might notice that he does not have weapons. He just has claws. And if any of my viewers are nature buffs, you will know that crocodiles and alligators usually have a friendship, for lack of a better word, with a kind of bird that usually sits in their mouth and cleans their teeth. It's very, very strange. Either way, I decided to play on that, and he's got this little buddy here. This is Raptor. And Raptor, as you can see, is nothing incredible. He's just a bird. Doesn't really transform. I mean, if you fiddle around with him, you can make him transform into some weird shapes, but I didn't build him with a specific alt mode in mind. But you will notice he's carrying like this pack under him. And what that is, getting it detached from him, setting him off to the side. Yeah, we'll set him back here. Stay. These are his weapons. The pack detaches, and you can see he got his rifle here, which he can hold in this hand. And then he's got his hammer, which he holds in the other hand. So now he's got his weapons. And I just, I never really liked the idea of, here's his weapons, you just set him off to the side when he's in vehicle mode, or in this case, alligator mode. So I just built this little bird, who's like his, I guess, his caddy, if they were golfers. Because he can just swoop down. If he only wants to use the rifle, just give the hammer to the bird. And the bird can just carry the hammer away until he needs it later. Like so. Or, and this is a little more fun, take the rifle out of his hands, give him the hammer. Hammer time. And then you can stick the rifle in the bird's hand. And just like so, you've got like air support, I guess. Bird can fly around and shoot stuff while he is on the ground hammering things. So it's a nice little partnership between alligator, Cybertronian warrior, and bird. Nature's a beautiful thing. Anyway, so setting him and his weapons off to the side. And if you want to put the weapons back in the bird's hand, you just take the gun off. There's this clip here. Take the hammer, and they just clip together to form this little bundle, which then the bird just picks up and flies away with. Raptor picks up and flies away with, because he has a name and he has rights, so we will refer to him as his name so as not to offend him, because look at those red eyes. He will kill you. He has a hammer, he has a gun, and he can fly. Don't mess with him. So we'll set him off to the side before he gets too angry, and we'll work on transforming him back. Alright, so to transform Leatherback back into his alligator crocodile mode, whichever you choose to call it, the first thing you do is you take this little piece on the head and turn it sideways, or rather back to the way it was before, and then you just kind of push on his head and swivel it back down to where it was before. Move the tail back, bring the arms up, like so. Swivel the, bring it down so you can see, swivel the arms back to where they were before, like so. Do the same thing on the other side. There we go. And then you just bring the arms down and fold them in half. Next, you come to the back, and you start by taking the tail and bringing it all the way back, and don't forget to fold that little piece back so that it was where it was before. In robot mode, it sits like this. In alligator mode, you want it like this. So you bring the tail back and put it just where it was before. Swing the legs around and fold them in. Fold out the alligator legs, tiny little alligator legs, and then just fold him back into himself like so, and then just get everything straightened out. And there is Leatherback back in his crocodile mode. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you feel like building this guy for yourself, I will be doing instructions right after this. Okay, to start, we will begin by building the front half of his body as well as his head. So to begin, take your little 2x1 here, and your 2x1, the unmodified one. You clip them together so they sit like so. Take your red plate and place it right behind, just like that, and then take a jumper plate and put it on top, and there you have the head. Setting that off to the side, come to this piece here. It's a 1x1 brick with a stud on either side, not both. You're going to come to this one. You're going to need one of these with the Technic pin hole. You're going to just kind of slide them together. They don't connect, they just sit there. You're going to take another one of these 1x2 modified, stick it on top, like so. You're going to take a piece like this and attach it to the bottom. Last, you're going to take your 1x1 plate, put that on the top, attach the head, and there's the front part of him done. Alright, so coming to the back of the alligator, you're going to want to start by grabbing a 1x1 brick with the studs all the way around. Take a 1x1 plate with the clip and attach it together like so on the back. Next, you're going to want to grab a 1x1 plate, unmodified, and attach that to the clip. So now you've got this assembly. Next, you're going to take your 1x1 brick with only the 2 studs, and that attaches like so. You kind of want to get them all flat, or else they're not going to attach right, which can be tricky. Alright, so that's the assembly you're going to want to end up with. So setting that off to the side, take your 1x4, attach your 1x1 right like so. Take the joint bit, attach it in front like that. Then you come to the pieces, the cheese slopes that become the spines, and those attach on top of the joint piece, just like so. Then you take the assembly you built earlier, and that attaches right on top, or underneath, I suppose. And that's the assembly you should end up with. Then you're going to take the front half that you built earlier, and they attach like this, and then the Technic hole goes right into there in alligator mode, so it pegs together, and that just helps it stay solidly together in alligator mode. Now onto the tail. Building Leatherback's tail, as one might assume, is fairly straightforward. It's just a articulated long piece of Lego. And to start, you're going to want to take a 1x2 brick with this weird little clip attachment point at the end, and grab a 1x1 clip and attach the two just like that. Take another one of these 1x2s, clip it in like so. Come to the 1x2 clip and attach it right like that. And then finish it off with a jumper plate right underneath. And that evens out the, just gives a very smooth bottom to it. Now you're going to come to the back and take another one of these 1x2 clips, attach it, take another one of these 1x2 claws and stick it to the bottom. Then finally a third, or rather a fourth one of these attaches like so. And it should look like this once they're all attached, with a kind of a slope to it. You're going to finish it off by taking 3 of these 1x2 slopes and just attaching one to the top of every segment. And there you have his tail. Now you're going to come to the main body, and this clip on the bottom is where the tail attaches, like so. And you just swing it back. And now you've got a very long, very thin Lego crocodile that isn't going anywhere. In fact, one might even call him a snake. So let's fix that and get to the legs. To deliver Leatherback from his legless misery, you start by taking a 1x4 plate with the hinge in it and attaching the 1x2 plate with the clip right like so. So that they're attached just like that. Next, you take a 1x4 plate, just a normal one, and attach it like so. So that you got this bend in. So basically you got the knee joint there. Next, you're going to come around, take the 1x1 clip and attach it just like that, and that'll be the in and out joint. So you've got the full articulated leg. Next, you're going to take one of these corner pieces and attach it to the bottom, just like that, to give him his heel. Take the 1x1 clip and attach it like so. Take another one of these, clip it in, bend it up, and lastly you're going to take these 1x1s, put one here, like so, and one here. Just like that. Then just bend this around, flip it out, and you've got an alligator leg. And you can just repeat the process in the opposite direction, and you will achieve sides and legs of one mechanical alligator. Bringing in the body of the crocodile himself, you can see the back studs here, where this piece right here, this right here is where you're going to want to attach it. Just like so. Then you just fold it in, and there you got his leg. Same thing on the other side. And you can see him starting to take shape, but looking rather lacking in the forward section. Let's fix that, shall we? Now, a warrior without weapons may be a warrior still, but a warrior without arms can't even pick up the weapons to begin with. So, you're going to start out by taking this little hinge 1x4 piece. Two more of these. You might have to place a bricklink in order to build this thing. I certainly did. And attach them back to back. Go away. No, you stay here. And attach them just like that. Next, you're going to take these 1x1 plates and attach them, one to each side, just like so. Last, you're going to take, not last, this piece right here and attach it so it sits just like so. And then you're going to take the 1x1 plate and attach it like so, and make sure it's on this side. Then it's simply a matter of folding this up, bringing the arm around into alligator form, and there you've got it. Once again, reverse the process to build two sets. And then you simply, and it's kind of difficult, you got to actually move this down, attach one to each side, and once again you're attaching it by this shoulder joint here. So getting this out of the way, you attach just like so, push it in, slide this piece back up, and actually it kind of helps if you just disconnect this joint here, almost like you're bringing him to robot mode. So, because the hinges right here, these hinges actually fold under these feet. You can see there's a gap there, and then these hinges actually go into it. So that can be challenging, but it's not the end of the world. And there you have Leatherback completed in his crocodile mode, and now you can have your very own Leatherback. But wouldn't you like to have his bird and weapons too? Let's get to that now, shall we?
Sir, I'm afraid this is a non-smoking video. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Oh, come on, man. There's no way anyone's even still watching this thing.
Alright, now, to build Leatherback's companion Raptor, as his name is, you're going to start by taking yet another 1x1 brick with the studs all the way around, and this is almost like, this is the This is the core of the bird. This is the very center of it, so, you know, throw it around and drop it like I do. Now you're going to need 4 more of these, and you're going to attach them all the way around to all 4 sides. Just like that. So you got them all around the bird. Next, take a couple of these bad boys. Can you believe I'm not out of these yet? Attach them to each side. And attach them the right way, like I didn't. So that they're facing down. Yeah. Next, take a couple more of these 4x1 hinges. Attach them under the wings. Excuse me. Over the wings. Man, why do they even let me do this? Alright. There you go. And make sure the hinges are facing backwards. Just like that. Come underneath them. Grab a 1x1 green plate. And attach it like so. So that it sits like that. Same thing on the other side. Click. And there you have the wings done. Now coming to the top, you're going to take a 1x1 stud and attach it to the top. And then take another one of these, because they are infinite, and attach it to the top here. Coming to the back, you take the very last one of these. This is the last one for this video, promise. And you don't use it yet, because I'm terrible at my job. Take one of these pieces right here and attach it right like so. Hinge it up. Take another one and attach it underneath. And now you can use, still not that, one of these. Attach it to the back so you got his tail going. Grab the slope and put it on top. Last, you grab the little droid feet down here. And you're going to peg them in right inside here. Right like so. Same thing on the other side. And you've got the back of the bird done. Now all that's left is his head. And that's where you get to use this piece. Put the 1x1 red stud on top. The cheese wedge in front. And the jumper plate on top. And that clips right into the last available clip, right like so. And make sure, it's very important that you knock the wings off when you do this. Because when you do that, wonderful things happen. So do that. And there you go. There's Raptor in his, well, bird mode, because he doesn't have any other modes. But there's Raptor, and he's a bird, and he flies around and he carries weapons. Let's build those weapons, shall we? And last, but certainly not least, we will build Leatherback's weapons. We'll start with the hammer. You're going to need a long pole, like so, and a 1x1 brick with only one stud on it. And you just slide it on like so. Take 2 1x1 plates and attach them to either side. One there, and one there. There we go. And then you just take a black cheese slope, peg it onto the back, and there's his hammer. Setting that off to the side, you're going to take the camera piece right here, take another clip, attach it to the back so it can hold on to the hammer, take the little cylinder, plug it in, and then finish off by taking, this little Technic pin, plugging it in right like so, and there you have his rifle. And that is how you build all of these things. So if you kept watching this long into the video, you, sir, deserve a reward. Alright guys, so that's it. Thanks for watching. If you chose to build your own versions of these guys, I sincerely hope you enjoy them. I had a lot of fun building them, and even more fun just messing around and playing with them. They just look great together. They're a great pair, you know, crocodile, bird, and then the weapons and the hammer, they just pull the whole picture together, as you can see. So, Until next time, guys, this has been Mindbender. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you really enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe, and I will talk to you later. See ya.